The white wasn't color. It wasn't light either. It was rejection. The space beyond the tear, the page, was an unwritten refusal. A surface that denied the architecture of belief, not out of rebellion, but because it had never needed it to begin with. When I step into it, I do not fall, I do not float. I forget gravity ever existed. Noctis Prime does not vanish behind me. It folds, not like paper, not like time. It folds like memory under pressure into a tight coil of undigested contradiction. I still feel it, somewhere behind the spine of my perception. The whir of static traffic, the scream of memory-fractured metal, the cry of systems learning they are not in control. But here, none of it follows. There is no sound on the page, but I hear myself more clearly than I ever have. There is no form here, but I see outlines where meaning might be, if someone had the arrogance to assign any. And then someone does. A line appears, black, thin, simple, running across the whiteness like a fault in divine logic. Then another, perpendicular, deliberate. More lines. They don't build a box, they deny one. I try to move closer, but the spaces moves around inside me instead, until the lines form something I can't recognize but somehow know is watching. The shard pulses against my chest. A question. Is this your memory? No. Is this your truth? No. Then what is it? I answer without breath. It's possible. The page responds. It accepts possibility. Possibility is its native language. Suddenly, it floods. The page begins to populate, but not with cities, not with landscapes, not even with concepts. It fills with unresolved choices, a door never opened, a sentence never spoken, a betrayal that didn't happen but almost did, a life not taken, or maybe it was. Each one hovers like vapor trails of decision suspended in pre-narrative. They don't tempt me, they confront me. I'm not being asked to choose, I'm being reminded that I always did. The shard dims. It has nothing to offer here. Its story has already ended. But mine hasn't, so I speak. I tell the page what I am. That I'm not from one reality. That I'm not a linear wound in time. That I'm a bruise from every timeline at once. I tell it of Severian Soren. How even the name is a placeholder for an error the system refused to debug. How I was built from the noise, fed on the glitch, held together by what Noctis Prime refused to digest. The page doesn't listen. It renders. From its blank space, a figure takes shape. Not mine, not theirs. A third version, and it is unfinished, not grotesque, incomplete. A torso made of unresolved code, fingers like half-written alphabets, eyes that blink between being and not being. It steps forward. Each motion births meaning from null space. It doesn't walk, it consequences. And then it says, in my voice but upside down, you made me by never choosing. I stagger, because I know it's true. I've lived so long rejecting every imposed structure that I created one made entirely of refusal, a being built of my indecision. It raises a hand, not to strike, to write. Its fingers carve letters into the page, not ink, negation. It writes, there is no back. And suddenly I understand the danger. If it finishes that sentence, I won't just be trapped. I'll be finalized. I rush forward, not to stop it, to complete it. With my own word, a single one, I scream, yet. The page quakes. The figure falters, the sentence fractures. There is no back yet is not a conclusion. It is a horizon. And the page respects horizons. From the rift in the sentence, a new tear forms, but not like the last. This one is horizontal, slit-like, deliberate. Like a scalpel through the edge of concept, I step toward it. The unfinished version of me whispers, if you go, you take me with you. I nod, because I already have, because I always did. I pass through the slit and into blackness, not darkness, blackness, the kind that sees, the kind that remembers you. A void, shaped like scrutiny, and in the center of it, a desk, a lamp, and a single waiting pen. This is not the grid. This is not the city. This is not even the page. This is where stories wait to be chosen. A voice, not mine, not the system's, speaks from behind the black. It asks, what part do you wish to forget? And suddenly, I know what this is. It's not death. It's not liberation. It's the editor. And it will cut from me whatever I name. One scar, one failure, one fragment I cannot bear to keep. I think of her, the girl whose name the city erased. The one who the shard remembers. The one whose death wasn't real, just organized. I think of the feelings she left behind. Of love coded as corruption, of memories sewn into malware, and I whisper, let me forget why she trusted me. The editor does not ask if I'm sure. The pen lifts. The light flares, and I feel it, the absence. Not relief, just less. I walk away from the desk and toward whatever this new world is. My memory is cleaner. My self is quieter, but the silence feels like betrayal. Somewhere far behind me, Noctis Prime is trying to rewrite again. Trying to patch the patch. Trying to pretend I never left. But I carry its failure with me. And it fears that, because now I know the page does not erase. It preserves contradiction and silence.